Oh, 500 more! Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Subscribe untuk mendapatkan info dan update terbaru dari PUBG PC Indonesia.
Thank you very much, Steve. Heads down, guns up. This is it. It's time to shine. Only one team can walk away with $700,000. Top 4 paid out, and one more map separates 9 teams. I'm confident. I agree with Martin. 9 teams, all within a fighting stance, Toby, of winning this entire finals.
We say best of 10's our shortcut. Make it a best of 1. See what happens. This is absolute madness. This is completely insane. And I mean, if the players had shaky hands before, then I have no clue of what's about to happen here. Oath jumping down towards the south. I have my eyes on some of these teams that are currently in the top, that are out of the reach. Worried about how they're planning on play these games, how ferocious they're going to be, how little they will care about their own lives in order to ruin the game for others. But it seems to me like both the Frigga, Oath, and Entroforce 36 are all splitting out, not really doing anything really too aggressive. Now back towards the west here. Gen G, well, last game they went down here, they looted up, they were somewhat safe from day trip, but this time around, seems to me like they're contesting vehicles.
Gen G's pushed them out before, but this time it looks like it's Day Trader, the ones to win this out. Circle comes in a little bit towards the northwest, but not too damaging whatsoever. We have a pretty good circle here to play with. Not a lot of water in play. It is teetering more down towards the southern side of Erangel. You do have the Georgia Pole to Yasnaya ponds and rivers that kind of flow through. Wait, does he... Ooh, any of these bullets land, it's going to be spelling disaster for Gen G. Early frags, early players knocked is going to be just disastrous if he sees and has an eye line into this. I mean, the mini with the 6 times hits the head. What? Oh no! Esper's gone! They've got guns! Loki, run, my dude, because you are in trouble. The back-to-back shots coming out from Day Trade. He wants to get him on his feet. He's thinking about it, but you can't. You just can't take that risk. They're going to push on this. Of course they are. Surely now Gen G lose a player off the back.
He's still here. He's not leaving.
You've got a shotgun. Drive away. Unless the rest of Gen G... they can't. No, I'm thinking of... What?
6 HP?
No, now you definitely have to run.
These headshots coming in from Flash. What?
And you know what's kind of really... It's kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong, you've got PO now, was backed it up. The one thing, Toby, to really quickly think about, they're still pushing on this. Venotica in the distance is running. I also see one of the players in Nurins in a vehicle. They have guns. They have gear. They can take this fight if they really want to, because the player that they've got the headshot on, the one that drove away in the vehicle, like, he has to go and gear up. He's got no armor. He's got no weaponry. They have Gen G pinned against a wall here. Once again, it will come to PO to try and relieve this pressure, but if Day Trade really want to mess this thing up, they absolutely can do for Gen G.
Now Esther went down. Please, PO, for the sake of everything holy in PUBG, just get the hell away from here. I understand that he wants to try and get some revenge, maybe get a... Oh, okay. Two tags coming in, but still, no vest, no helmet. One of those guys in the forest peeking you at the proper angle. We saw how much damage they could do from afar. Just do not overstay your welcome. Loki, you can see, still looking for meds, still looking to get healed on up. I respect that he wants his players back alive, but they're simply way too much at risk staying on that hill for much longer.
Okay, so now Gen G has to play this entire game with a deficit. That they're playing with a handicap of losing one player instantly. This is crazy. Those headshots that came out were just phenomenal, but again, with the super setting, sometimes there is gear in abundance to drop down, get the mini, get the 6 times, and just to lay waste to Gen G like that. Removing one player it sets us up for something that we no longer have any idea of. I mean, we didn't really know what we're going to go down as it is, but when you see the number 1 spot losing a player within the first few minutes of the game, and more importantly, you know, that will slow them down. They now are going to be forced to go and reload elsewhere. Venotica, are you going to overstay your welcome? Do you realize? I mean, I suppose if you're down in 12, really, there's nothing else to lose. If you're going to cause problems, then go and have some fun. And I feel like he's toying with them at the moment.
While I don't mind looting Prim, it's not necessarily a bad place to lose, loot other than, of course, you being on the edge. One of the very big downsides is you only have so many exits. Unless if you go for a boat, of course, that opens up some options. But you only have 2 roads leading out. And if you're not opting to go roads, if you're going hills, you have to climb a hill. Like if you're going over the hills, you have to climb it first on your side, which means if anyone's lurking on the outside, hearing that vehicle go slowly uphill, they will have time to reposition and put themselves in a position to try and take you down. Day trade need kills. We saw it last week. We saw it. I mean, Ends, they ended up with a 16-kill game in last week's finals. I believe Liquid had 12 kills by the time we hit, 20 minutes. Day trade knows. They're sitting down there, 45 points. They need kills. Yes, a win would be great, but that would only net them 10 points. They need much more if they want to make a chance of this. So I fully respect the push from Ciken and Day trade here.
If you're a Gen G fan, you absolutely will not. Even if you're Gen G losing a player, I cannot believe that your number 1 team's lost a player like that. It's the perfect scenario for everyone else who wants to try and jump up and claim, like, is that a $700,000 kill? We shall find out. Venotica inside will hear the vehicle, gets set up and gets ready, but he's letting them go by. No, he's got the wrong angle of approach. They just drove and left him.
There are only 2 roads.
Window. Yeah. Has he missed the small window of opportunity, or does Loki fall for this?
There is still one more player to leave. No bullets were fired. No doors have been seen open. And Loki, again, there's only 2 roads out of his. He bet wrong on the first, but he's going to bet right on this one. Loki is going over the hilltop. Will he get the angle in time? Shots should be fired, but no. He's going to leave him to pass. He saw that he only had 1 or 2 bullets he could shoot before him being gone. And Venotica goes, you know what? I lost that opportunity there, but as you said, Sims, damage has already been done. They lose one, whether it's a $720,000 kill, I'm not sure, but Gen G, they're rotating in late, they're on the edge. Everything is really working the way that Gen G would have wanted to, had it not been because they lost the player early.
Okay, Day trade regathers the forces and brings them back into the fold vehicles. With their Oath still down on Sosnovka. Petrichor Road, they'll start to begin the rotate DXG all the way towards the northern roads, also outside of Severny. They're a little bit slower just because of the knock that they unfortunately had with one of the players, so it slows them down for a little bit. Central side of the map, and I suppose it wouldn't be unfair to say that we're going to focus quite heavily on the top of the table here, the ones that are in touching distance of winning this entire event. EJ, nade down, players at the wall. E36 is here, and it's time to try and fight for Freak of Freaks. They've rallied the troops, and they're all together. First knock comes out, and it's a CAD. Big scout to take down. Jumping shot comes through, and the response is instantaneous. Yes, a CAD has been eliminated, but E36 have been punished. Headshot from a distance. Hikari with the drive by. Sylphia will fall as well. Hammond. Okay, well, really, you're down in 40. What else can you really do? You might as well just full send it and see if you can do any more punishment, to be fair. It's a battle at the bottom of the leaderboards in terms of the long game. If you want to talk about the ramifications it could have on the leaderboard, you're just removing frags for the players at the top of the board to garner.
It's that's what I was that's what I was thinking as well. That's kills. I mean, bottom teams killing off each other. That's kills that top teams would have very much liked to have. And again, I mean, Interforce pulling up in a compound early. I like to see the fact that they now dare to aggress. Unfortunately, this time it doesn't work out for them, and there's also obviously a little too late for them to really do anything here. Aqua 5 sneaky snaking his way up the mountain. Lynchun is next to him, and of course he knows he's up there. He just fired a couple of bullets. And while T1 might be out of the race for a win, despite their good chicken dinner last game, they could still do a ton of damage to Chianba, who very much is still in the race.
This isn't something we haven't seen before from T1, and if Tiamba knows how T1 plays, this is a prominent spot that they will work off the back of. Not necessarily one that they will hold. It gives them a hold if the circle does update towards the mountainside, but certainly as a scouting position, they often find themselves here that they can look onwards of which way they go. Navi, I can see, is just firing tracer fire towards the north. They'll be in the above Roshok compounds and garages. MCG within Roshok itself. DA between Roshok Ruins, and Watertown. So a 4-man split comes out of Digital Athletics. VP, Badlands. Again, 2-1-1 split. Finally, Aqua 5 sees some signs of life. Instant switches to the grenade. There should be a good follow-up. If he can land it right, the pin should be pulled. And that should be a GG for one of the players from Tiamba. Again, a team, Toby, that is within reaching distance of 700 grand. They lose one straight off the bat. Circle updates. It keeps Georgia Paul Bay within play, but it forces up to 7 teams now over by the east that all have to fold into the fray.
And if there's a shift that T1 would have wanted, that is this one. So losing a player early, now trying to maintain a 2-1 split, it's just not optimal, I should say. You can't really keep just one player up on that hillside on his own. Minx has to try and see if he can find a way down from there. We know infantry, the kings of the hill, they've played up here a billion times before when they've come out on top up here a ton of times before as well. They want to stay here. They want to claim control, and look at this PO right next door. This is your first and second place team, and they're routing shoulder to shoulder right now.
It is, and your third place team is over the road in Sonics. Your fourth place team, joint fifth, so to speak, is also downwind of this. All of the top teams are in and around the mountainside. They've set up shop. VP next to Sonics as well. Everyone is preparing for the mountain pull. If it comes this way, they're all going to be set up. But my word, it will be the defensive line of a lifetime. You do have some teams that are scattered towards the edges, but they're more probably, I would say, 10th and below. But the head of the pack, Toby, and the head of the table, it's crunched together in the center.
Sure is. We keep saying we can't write it up any better. How better than a proper king of the hill for the final map here? I mean, just end straight on top of the mountain. Let the victors be the one to claim the throne up on that hilltop. I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against the circle hard shifting to the north either, just for the absolute and utter chaos that would follow. But let's see now, Meta. They had a good game last game. They've put themselves within striking distance. Still a bit of a journey ahead for them in order to win it. They need not only a lot of kills, but good placements with it. But of course, we've seen that happen before. I believe 13 kills in the previous game booted them up in a good spot, sitting in 9th right now. And you can see, even though they might not get into first, surpassing that 61.4 way tie would still net them a ton of money.
I'll pass you a promo code on the left-hand side for the 5th and final time today. Going to be a little bit of a quiet moment as the players prepare for the next circle. At the moment, it's posh time, and I understand that with so much on the line. Needless deaths could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's understandably that a few teams will just kind of want to turtle a little bit. I'm surprised. Like, I feel for infantry, they're in second. They have all committed. They have fully committed to the mountain. If this circle is unfavorable to them, boy, oh boy, are they in a terrible position to rotate off the back of this. Even if it goes to the mountain itself, central, like, how many fights are they going to have to take, Toby, to just keep control of it?
One thing that I do love about infantry in these end of finals situations is that they're one of the few teams that don't change their game plan. Even if they're ahead, they say, we know how to succeed. We know what works for us. Let's try and continue doing exactly that. Oh, Summer finds him! Finds Smurf just as he gets behind the wall circle. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What?
We're going off the mountain to the north. This is going to be an ending. Probably. Wait, what? This is going to go inside the containers. Yeah.
With Georgia Paul Bay play
finished. The maze ending
oh my
to this.
God.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. How many teams are gonna full speed send it in? And how much damage will be done with this shift coming in right here?
Okay, if you've been a fan of PUBG since back in the day, you'll know that crates used to be a prominent drop. Well, it's looking prime to be a prominent ending for one of these teams. Crates to decide 700k is a very strong possibility. With Georgia Paul Bay in play, that's where we are assuming this will pull to when we move to phase number 4. Right now, it's a full-blown send. It's all about seeing who can survive to that area. DXG are over by North George. They could hold teams back, especially from wide rotates on the backside of crates. E36, Afrika Freaks, Gen G, Tiamba, DA, T1. All these teams are already set up shop. Half of the server is still not inside this. Half of the server has to turn up to the fight. Everyone else now needs to get themselves in a very strong position. Wicked, the confirmation orange comes through. Infantry. you are well and truly up against the circle's edge here, but so are two of the teams that are very close to you. I can see VP are down behind them. Petrichor Road are down behind them. Metagaming is about to run through those three teams. SQ is now 4 Sonics upside of the mountain. They're driving into infantry. All of our top teams, unfortunately, have had to kind of stay their feet given this circle maneuver. Gen G's really the only ones that have paid off. They've gone down low. They've avoided this encampment. You know, they can't be boxed in up against the mountain, so they're the ones that have evacuated the situation. For everyone else, they're going to be forced to fight.
They came early on the edge. They sat around. They waited for the shift to come. They never overcommitted to the hill despite sending PO up there early. And now Gen G sits in a really good spot. Come the next circle, next shift will go away from water. We say that time and time again, but it's important for me that most people know the reason why teams go where they go. This circle is going to shift back towards the southeast. It's going to leave a lot of open in play, and a lot of teams want to get those positions now. Mime gets one kill in the back. That's them trying to make the way out of the 61-point tie. Get all the points you can, get them early, get them when there's no risk involved, the few going down. And now Petrichor and Multi-Circle Gaming, this fight has to happen at some point, so why not now between our current 6th and 4th place team?
It's been bottling up for quite some time. A banger of a shot comes from a distance. Inonix onto Shrimsy. Again, that's the position that Gen G has moved to. And now Tiggleton has fallen. The Sonics have just jumped up into 3rd place, but now they are being punished from all angles. The smokes are being committed, and everyone else is just peppering through that, blind firing, hoping that somehow they can find one of the players. Circle pops, and it moves closer to the mountainside. It actually keeps all these teams in within the fray. There is a bit of a fight going on. We have to check in with it. Meta versus VP. VP is being dismantled. The Tool and Spyro, last man standing. This is VP down in 5th, and they are bleeding out the punishment. VP is gone. Your 5th team has fallen. That is just insane. Metagaming, who needed the points, has jumped up into 4th.
Wicked one-man arming his way through the polar bears, took down 3 Sills and comes to take it off in the end. Wicked goes down, but what a hold! What a play! Finds the triple all on his own up there initially. What a hero play. Sparking and Silson up on the hill now trying to play contain, trying to hold off Petrichor, but they're coming full speed forward. They know their knocks up there. They know their kills to be found. In the meantime, Sonics take casualties as well. All these top teams have started to bleed. Only infantry sit tight with 4 and the hilltop under control.
Na'Vi bleeding out the wayside, but ultimately it doesn't really mean nothing. It's just points in the favor of these teams that are still all fighting for that top spot. While Meta has got itself back on the feet, it's had 50% of its roster ripped away from them. A valiant effort from Wicked. 4 frags and entire team elimination pays dividends. But the question is, do you have enough manpower to try and hold on to this mountainside? Infantry to the left-hand side, Petrichor Road to the right. But Petrichor Road has got problems of itself. MCG has followed them to this point, and now they have to deal with it. But look who's still waiting in the distance, in the safe area for now. It's Gen G, top of the tables, and they have full clear vision on Sonics. And I say clear vision because ultimately they are going to be pushed out. If it's not by infantry, it could be by the last member of Na'Vi.
And it sounds so obvious when I say this, because of course this is going to be the case, but this next circle shift could easily become a $720,000 circle shift. All these top teams are out on the edges. Only DA is playing the center in an area of the map where you cannot play anything center. Whoever gets shifted away would need to do something absolutely miraculous in order to maintain a spot or even take over that first place spot. Gen G sitting and praying for this one to shift west. In the meantime, everyone out here hoping for it to go towards the south.
Esto's presence has been made note of. Flashbang down. He should be whited up, but that's the problem that we spoke about. The third party is a real issue when it comes to the side of Sonics. They can't overstep the boundaries. Should they do that, Gen G will strike. If Gen G doesn't strike, infantry gets a bit of a foothold into that fight. Besto, really nothing else he can do. Get a few meds off and hope for the best. The utility has to be committed towards the side of its circle. 2 seconds. Is this the deciding factor? Is this the one which tells the story? Now, all of a sudden, Gen G, you've had the safety net of the compound. It's time to move. It's time to shine. For all of these rosters within that top 5, Toby, This is it. This is all cards on the table. You now have to work for your money. And boy, oh boy, do you have to play it right.
Infantry. I only see one way for them to get down the hill, and that's pushing their fight to the east. Maybe you can go down somewhat center, force your way into the gap that Sonic's already in, but everyone's going to be looking towards you. If you don't make your way down now, everyone's going to be looking your way in the meantime. Now, multi-circle. Take the fight to Petrichor. One down early. That's Mamu falling down, but they are playing within a funnel. Look at this in the return. They're taking casualties all over the place. Tank falls down. Summer falls down. Even Lee to 3 different teams. Everyone is shooting towards multi-circle gaming, and they've just one left alive.
That is wild. Fergus just mops them up as well. All the bodies laying on the floor. Tiamba from the backlines, DXG, everyone just laying waste to multi-circle gaming. And it's because everyone is just looking onwards of what's in the center. It's the central point. And wait, the nade comes in? Okay, there's a trade-off there. MCG falls, but he still gets one off onto Petrichor Road. 2 players fallen. Infantry have had damage done to them. Metagaming took out one of the players, but they're back on the feet. It's time to run. Petrichor Road has gone. Another challenger is falling. And there's still 2 teams that have to work their way down from the mountainside. Gen G, they've been spotted. Sonic's top of the table. Here we go. 2 standing for Gen G. 2 standing still alive in front of them in the form of Sonic's. But you will also see there's going to be a different fight on top of the hill. Infantry are looking onwards of Metagaming. They've done damage thus far, and now they stand in the way of being able to work and traverse down this mountainside safely, cleanly. Look at the bullets, look at the damage done, look at the blood sparking. He's holding them back. All the smokes will have to be committed. This has to be clean, and they have to run this valley side. There's nowhere else for them to go.
Xiaoyang, first one to fall. I mean, you're in a 2v4 right now against a very dangerous team, Sparking and Silson. How much damage can you do? Look at that car, low on HP, under half. It's going to be so incredibly difficult to get down from here. 9 wants to get the spray through, doesn't connect. Sparking doing even more damage. They can't find the flush. It might actually be stolen. You can see Tianba. They want it. They desperately want it. In the meantime, the remaining of the infantry players have found their way inside the circle, but they're not safe for now. 9 flush down, 9 kills for Meta Gaming as they fight for their way, try and really climb their way up into the top 2 against the team they're battling right now. 66 points and 9 kills already. Sparking and Silson, what can you do?
They are fighting the game of their life right now. Losing 2 earlier on, but certainly Wicked. His death was not without its own rewards. There's still a mass battle going on towards crates, but unfortunately, we it doesn't mean anything in the bigger picture, unless DXG just goes off haphazardly and slaps every single player in this lobby. They've been doing okay so far, so a few kills coming out from Fergus earlier on, so we'll keep a track of that, because again, reaching distance with the top spot. Longsker reaching too far, oversteps the boundaries, and infantry once again, they will lose another player, but Tiamba instantly, you can see Silson is so hard pinned back. Metagaming, 10 kills. Where the hell did that come from? Sparking, what a time to swing out. Now Boliang is the last man standing, has to go full-blown medic. Things have gone drastically wrong, but things have gone incredible. This is impeccable play from Meta.
Everyone trying to do as much damage as possible. I love how Sparking just peeked over the top of that hill. They knew they were busy trying to hold off Silson. Silson did everything he could to attract the attention down below, and over the top comes Sparking, finds a knock, finds a flush, and there's just 2 left alive on the other side now. Smokes still keeping them at bay. Xiaoyang and Bowling, they know what's at stake here. They're 1 point behind Genji. Genji with just 1 play up, and once again, Sparking strikes from up above. 1 falls down. Xiaoyang is on his own. Silson trying to get in close, trying to do damage, but this smoke is keeping them alive for now.
Gen G, time to move. Another fight, another battle at the top. Here we go. Very low on HP. Infantry is being melted by Metagaming. Finally a response. Xiaoyang answers back. Hits one in the face, and now he has to deal with the player up close and personal. It's Silson. Job done! Meta! What in the world is this? 3rd place! Oh my god! What an absolute banger of a performance. We never saw this one coming. We knew there was possibilities. In the meantime, Sonics falls. Genji and Meta. This is just, it's a full-blown battle, but the final kill comes through. Sparking goes down, and infantry jumps them on that one.
infantry ties because there was their knock. So if Meta doesn't claim another point, they need 2 placements or 1 kill to jump into second here. Genji still alive. We saw last game what PO can do. This time around, Iononyx and PO doing everything they can. They find 1 more kill. Every single kill could be a $700,000 kill, and there's even more of them with placements to boot in just a moment. Genji looking crisp right now. 74 points already. More teams being eliminated. Oh my lord. If Genji and Meta go up against each other, this could be the fight for the win.
Okay, we'll have a pause for a second. Silzen, this is one of the most difficult predicaments you have ever been in. Genji on one side and an abundance of rosters on the other. Genji stands between you and $700,000. I mean, to make it up, look at how much money Meta has won from this game alone. Like, you're never going to be mad, regardless what happens. I know it's a difficult predicament to look at, but Meta have just worked against all the odds. They've proved everybody wrong from the very start of this competition. Like, they were having difficulties, but now to step it up at the most perfect time. 12 frags and all the top teams at the top of the board they have worked through to get to this. This is one of the most resilient, nail-biting show of affairs I have ever seen from a team. But still, we can't count out Genji. But both of them now, Toby, they're at the mercy of the circle.
Genji and Meta fighting at the top, but that's not all. We have Tianba and DXG currently sharing a compound, which is going to be out just a small moment from now. You can see they're trying to find anything. They want to get flushes. They want to get extra points to kind of seal the gap between the 2 top teams right now. But DXG and Tianba, both, if they can get the kills here, that could be the difference maker. PO finds Smash. DA, they might be out of the run for the top right now, but they continue to do damage now. PO falls down. Remember, if they fall here, more placement points go in the hand of Meta. It's going to be difficult, and they fall down. Down goes Genji. 3 points now for Silzen to try and claim the top. Reverses down the field. Is he inside the circle? No, nowhere near. Keep driving, Silzen. Keep driving. He's caught in the rock. How does he get away from here alive? No smokes, nothing to work with. Oh my lord, Silzen, you need to deliver a miracle in order to earn yourself 3 points here.
There's another whole circumstance when we look towards this, is the fact that DXG has pushed out Sonics from the top 4, and they are still working their way up slowly. DA has made a lot of noise. He's knocked 1. Can you knock any more? You have to hold it. No! He's done. He's dusted. He's out. And now we will see the top of the table, but let's let this unfold first, because I want to see. This isn't over until it's over. DXG, what is left in the tank? The push comes through. Tiamba on the left-hand side. Neil finds him. First target down. The response IQ 500. But Lorena, relentless as ever from the sidelines. And it's job done. DXG is down. Oh, my word, Tiamba. Is there enough?
They get second if they win this. They should anyway. It's 4 points, 3 kills available, and 2 placement points. They should be able to get second. At least. We'll see if they can get the rest up. Should be possible. DA not overcommitting. They know they got the circle. They know they can wait it on the outside. And for DA's sake, can DA? You know what? I'm just not going to do the math here. It doesn't make any sense for me. I'm not sure if DA can get into the top 4, even if they take down Tiamba here. But it's going to be close. It's going to be 1 or 2 point close, Rich. This right here could be a fight for the top. But one thing it's guaranteed, it's going to be a fight for a hell of a lot of money. 3v3, DA got the circle, Tianba, no smokes, no nothing. It's on you to make the move.
In the last few minutes, we've seen 4th position switch places twice. For Tiamba, it's every single kill that comes out here, every single placement point. It's quite literally $100,000 per frag that they do. With all the teams to be in this final matchup. Has to be DA. Okay, damage spotted, but no target, no point found just yet. M200. Yeah, this is going to be so difficult. Like, there was, you know, we've seen individual skill, Toby, but DA just controls this circle.
Do they deny? That would. I can't make my mind up on this one, Tiamba. It seems so, and they have no smokes. It seems impossible for them to get out of here alive. And with the score being this close, if they lose to DA, if they lose the spot because they lose 3 players to DA and they fall out of top 4, Smash finds one more. It's just Minx left alive. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. 10 kills. One more tag comes in. Blue is gonna be on Tianba. Minx, you're in it. You're in it. 8 first states. There's gonna be nothing happening. DA is gonna win it. I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. It is! It is! They win a tie! They get the spot on a tie! They beat them out! DA beat Tianba!
DA jumps in, but it's Gen G who are jumping for joy. Week 5 weekly final winners. They've not had a weekly final championship thus far. They've been close twice before. But what a time. What a time to step up to the plate.
Oh, this is insane. Like, Gen G coming up for this after getting 100 in game 1. Current amount 63,000 plus 300,000 for first place. And it's gonna pling in 500 more. Oh my god, are you kidding me? They're gonna be on 880,000 total. No way.
Wow. That is a staggering.
Not only, gentlemen, not only is it north of $850,000, $880, $397, but the dream, the insurance, as you talked about earlier, Martin, of potentially winning the entire thing, even if they don't get first place next week, is on the table.
Right, exactly. So this whole idea with them winning this week means that they could potentially...